we got problems with the budget over here and taxes and spending. But one thing about this budget that I think is not just unique to President Biden, the defense side of this budget is not good for our country. It was a result of a deal negotiated, I think, with the former Speaker of the House and the administration approved by the Senate. And I just want the American people to understand, from my point of view, for whatever it's worth, I've never seen this many threats at once. According to the FBI director, wherever you look, you see blinking red lights. ISIS is coming back in Afghanistan. We've got a land war in Europe. Everybody's running out of ammunition. Russia's out producing the West. And you've got Israel in a fight for its life. So the needs to arm our allies is the greatest I've ever seen it. Quite frankly, literally we're having to scramble to meet production needs. Hopefully the aid package will get out of the House, but our ability to deter bad actors is completely gone away. There's no way to explain what's going on in the world other than people believe that America is no longer a worthy opponent. After the withdrawal from Afghanistan, it not only has led to the rise of ISIS, which presents a threat to us, a broken border, on and on and on, a combination of, for 9/11, another 9/11 like I haven't seen before. But you see bad actors, 21, the Taliban take back over Afghanistan, 22, Russia attacks Ukraine, 23, Hamas attacks Israel, 24, American soldiers killed in Jordan, of all places, by Iranian proxies. The world is literally on fire. And so our defense budget being presented by the administration would take us to the lowest percentage of GDP spent on defense like forever. In World War II, 37% of GDP was spent on defense because we're in a fight for our lives. The world was being, Hitler in Japan. It was just a horrible time, and that generation rose to the occasion. 14% of GDP on defense during the Korean War. Peak of the Cold War, about 9%, trying to make sure we stood up to the Soviet Union. On September the 10th, 2001, the day before 9/11, we're at 2.9. During the global war on terror, the peak was 4.7 GDP spent on defense. This budget in 2025 will be 3.2%. By 2034, we'll be spending 2.4% of gross domestic product on our defense. That makes 0 sense, given what's going on in the world. Everybody worries about China. Well, you ought to. Our Navy under this budget goes from 298 ships to, I think, 292. The need for a Navy, according to combat China and other threats, would be 450 ships. So we're going backwards. What would it take to get to 450 manned and unmanned ships? 5% above inflation for a decade. We're spending below inflation. We're actually cutting into the bone. So the number one job and goal of the federal government to me is to defend the nation. We're now having a defense budget enacted that would be 2.4% negative growth. We need to grow from 3 to 5% to match the threats we face. So, Ms. Young, it's not your doing. This was negotiated by other people. But I would say that of all the times I've been here, and I've been here a while, I've never seen both parties lose its edge when it comes to making sure our Defense Department has the resources to deal with increasing threats. This budget agreement has put us on track to have the lowest spending on defense in modern history at a time the world is literally on fire. I will do everything I can to turn this trend around. The supplemental has money not only for Israel, Taiwan, and Ukraine, it has money for our own defense needs. So I'm insistent that we pass that budget. Hopefully we can that supplemental, hopefully we can find a way to get it out of the House. I keep trying. Non-interest forgivable loan given $34 trillion in debt may be the key. But when it comes to our defense needs, this budget is not only inadequate, it puts us on a pathway to reduce our capabilities when all of our adversaries are increasing their capabilities. A nightmare in the making. Thank you.